Hey Zion, today I'm continuing our Preparing to Gather series, talking about how we need to prepare as a church in order to gather together again on a Sunday morning. Today I'm talking about our volunteer needs and how we'll go about training these volunteers. As you can expect, we need a lot of volunteers to make gathering together again possible. We need people to help direct the flow of traffic, others to help ensure everything is clean and sanitized, others to take attendance, and others to help direct people to their seats. This is on top of what we normally need on a Sunday morning, including service leaders, music teams, techs, preachers, etc. My goal in this video is to outline for you what our volunteer needs are and how we'll train these volunteers and who is able to serve in these capacities. So here's what we need each and every Sunday morning. We need 2 parking lot ushers. These 2 will welcome people as they arrive and direct them to the entrance, which is the east doors. If there's a lineup, they'll direct people to keep 6 feet distance and use the pylons as a guide to help ensure that they're properly spaced. A possibility for kids to help in this spot, and older kids could certainly work solo. And for these 2 parking lot ushers, they don't need to be from the same household. We also need 2 entry greeters. These 2 welcome people as they arrive, perform screening for COVID symptoms, direct people to use hand sanitizer, and offer masks to those who wish to have one. Also, they're available to operate the lift if needed, and then wipe it down after someone has used it. At least one of these 2 needs to be an adult, but an older child or youth can certainly assist. These two entry greeters would need to be from the same household or from the same cohort. We also need 2 attendance desk workers. These 2 volunteers would be at the welcome desk in the foyer. They would take attendance and double check those who arrive that they have RSVP'd. These 2 would need to be part of the same household because they're sitting at the same desk, and at least one adult would need to be running the desk. We also need 2 ushers. These 2 ushers would direct people to the reserved pew and would direct people after the service on how they should leave the facility. They will also ensure people are following the flow of traffic markers and maintaining proper physical distancing. These 2 do not need to be members of the same household, and this would be best served by youth or adults, but some kids could certainly serve in this area. In addition to these tasks, our 8 volunteers would work together to accomplish a few other needs. The first would be setup. All volunteers will be asked to arrive early on the Sunday morning to set up and to prepare and coordinate as a team for the coming morning. They'll also be required to help with sanitization. Volunteers will wipe down commonly touched surfaces throughout the morning and help clean up afterwards. And most importantly, they'll be there to assist the congregation. All volunteers will be available to assist the congregation as needed and help ensure that all safety protocols are adhered to. If you are a volunteer, you'll not be expected to do this on your own. There will be staff and trustee support each week to help you along the way. Now who are we looking for? We're looking for any Zioner who's comfortable being at the church with others present, who are friendly and who are willing to serve. This also includes families. One of my hopes is that families would sign up together and serve. We're also taking several precautions to ensure the safety of our volunteers. All volunteers will go through training to help equip them for the roles they will serve in. All volunteers are required to wear masks for their protection and for the protection of those around them. If volunteers do not have their own, we have masks on hand that they can certainly use. And then we'll also have separate seating for volunteers. We've set aside the balcony for staff, volunteers, and unexpected guests. And as I just mentioned, one way that we can work together to ensure the safety of our congregation is through training. All volunteers will go through a 45-minute in-person training time at the church. We've set up multiple time slots to help keep the numbers of any one training time down and to have additional options for people. We've set aside Saturday, July 25th and Tuesday, July 28th as our 2 training times. On the Saturday, we'll run 3 sessions in the morning starting at 9, 10, and 11. And on Tuesday the 28th, we'll run at 7 and 9 p.m. If you're interested in volunteering but cannot make any of those times, please let us know and we'll see if we can find another time or another way to accommodate you. And if you're interested in signing up to help volunteer, or you want a greater sense of what is required before you commit to help, you can sign up for a training slot using Eventbrite. There'll be more details on this in the church emails and on the church website. This will be the same platform that we'll be using for our congregants to RSVP a pew for their household or cohort on a Sunday morning. So that's our plan right now, as regards to volunteers. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me, Thomas, or the church office. Next week, we'll continue our Preparing to Gather series, and we're going to talk about our guidelines on singing on a Sunday morning, and also summarize the feedback we received from you on the survey we sent out. So that's it for now, Zion. I'll look forward to touch base with you next week. Bye.